Hello, YouTube. Baseball Card Junkies TV here. Titanic Taters.
Tops 85401. And you guys knew we were going to do this, and here it is. We finally got a copy of the Beckett that has a top 80 cards of the 1980s. And this is something that the Beckett staff did, and Mike Payne was involved with this project. So we're going to get started. This is part one of a 3-part series.
And if you disagree with anything, you can send... No, just kidding.
I know.
So, anyway, hope you enjoy the video.
All right, guys, so here's the first page, and we're going to cover cards 80 through 55 in the first episode. And card number 80, to start off with, is a 1985 Donruss Tom Seaver, and there are two variations. There's Tom Seaver and then the Floyd Bannister error photo variation, and I'll have Eric read what Mike Payne had to say about card number 80.
So it says, in terms of errors, there are several greater than this, but how do you mistake a Hall of Fame right-hander with a merely decent left-hander named Floyd Bannister? Donruss did, letting collectors believe Floyd Bannister was actually Tom Seaver in the first printing of 85 Donruss. They did eventually fix things in their factory set and the leaf printing.
So what's really cool is, a lot of you guys may not know this, but Floyd Bannister was a #1 overall pick. I believe he was the 1977 #1 overall pick. So if you're going to get confused with a player, you might as well be a #1 overall pick. So card number 79, the 1980 Topps George Brett.
Let's see. On August 17th in the 1980 baseball season, George Brett doubled to reach the 400 mark. An amazing feat made even more spectacular considering he was batting just .259 after the first month of the season. Although he fell short of the 400 mark at the end of the season, he still finished an eye-popping .390 to win his second batting title. He would win another 10 years later, collecting three in 3 different decades.
That's pretty amazing. And guys, you got to remember, these cards are relative to their popularity in the year that they were printed. So that's why there might be some cards here you'll be like, why? How is that a top 80 card? They're not looking at cards as they are now. They're looking at cards as they were when they were printed. And with that being said, card number 78, the Gary Sheffield 1989 Upper Deck rookie card. So what does it say about that?
Those ripping packs of 1989 Upper Deck, looking for Ken Griffey Jr. cards, did find this rookie of a Brewers shortstop who, at the time, was most known for being Dwight Gooden's nephew and for his gold front teeth. But 509 home runs and a National League batting title later, Sheffield stood on his own name. There is an error version with the shortstop in the upper right corner upside down, but just stick with this corrected version.
Yeah, and it's almost 30 years later. I can't figure out the error variation from the corrected variation because the SS is just like, it's just the shortstop, really hard to tell. And then here's one that not many people know about, the 1988 O-Pee-Chee Delino DeShields. That is a cool card, and I bet you that card was super hot in 88. So,
let's see. And he thought Lex Luthor had a lot of brain power. DD either sports a full noggin or that hat is about 3 stories too high. Haven't seen this card before. It was only available in Canada's O-Pee-Chee baseball packs as part of the company's emphasis on its nation's teams, the Toronto Blue Jays and Montreal Expos.
And it's funny afterthought, Delino DeShields' real rookie, or what is considered his rookie card in the hobby, is in 1990. So that was 2 years before his rookie card. So this was a real interesting card. Number 76, the Kmart Maury Wills card, and Eric will read all about that one.
In 1962, Topps had opted not to sign Wills to a trading card deal, apparently believing he was not Major League material. Wills was slow to forget the slight, not signing a deal with Topps until 1967. So when time came to include the 1962 NL MVP in its Kmart MVP box set, Topps did the only thing they could. They produced a card that never was.
Yep, that is a really cool card. I remember talking about that card with Aaron Davis when this Beckett first came out. So, card number 75, the Rafael Palmeiro Future Stars 87 Topps rookie card.
Back before his 3,000 hits and 500 home runs, and back before Rafi's life became complicated, there was this.
That's all they had to say about that one. Love this card, the 87 Barry Larkin rookie card from Donruss.
I like that card too. It's a good card. Larkin hit 353 in his hometown Reds 4-game sweep of Oakland. Boo! In the 1990 World Series. 5 years after that, he was named the 1995 NL Most Valuable Player. And in 2012, the Baseball Writers Association of America elected him to the Baseball Hall of Fame. Not a bad career by the kid who attended Cincinnati's probably Moeller High School, the same school that later graduated Ken Griffey Jr.
That's pretty cool, man. Griffey and Larkin graduated from the same high school. And a great 87 Topps Barry Bonds card, and a lot of people don't realize this, but he's wearing number 7 on that card. Anyways, I'll let Eric read about that.
Let's see. Nobody knew it at the time, but the presses ran day and night for 87 Topps baseball. That's okay. It made this card settle into an affordable range, so that even when he was on top of the baseball world, kids could still afford this Barry Bonds Topps rookie.
Yeah, man. You could pick those Bonds Topps rookies up for like 50 cents to this day. So, here we go. Card number 72. Man, I really loved this card when I was a kid. Love it, love it, love it. The 1984 Donruss Joe Carter rookie card.
Let's see. Owner of one of the most famous World Series home runs ever hit, and one of the nicest guys to ever grace the front of a baseball card. Carter was class.
Carter was class. Yes, he was. I'll never forget that home run. And one of my favorite cards as a kid, something that was an Eleanor, the 84 Topps Don Mattingly, card number 10.
One of the more...
Oh, no, card number 8. Excuse me.
One of the more difficult Mattingly rookie year releases to find in mint condition is this Nestle card. So that's the Nestle Don Mattingly.
The Nestle one, not the regular Topps.
Found on one of 6 different uncut sheets. The cards look exactly like their Topps counterparts, save for the Nestle logo in place of Topps. Sometimes you'll find versions of these that look like they were hand cut by a kid with plastic scissors and little use for even borders. Other times you will find versions that look like they were just pulled from a pack.
You know what? I don't even think I've ever seen one of those in person before. Not that I've ever looked for one, but that is a cool card, that Nestle card from 84 Topps. Then the 82 Fleer, Cal Ripken Jr. rookie card.
Ripken Jr. rookie card for the frugal shopper.
And then the Johnny Ray 87 Donruss opening day Barry Bonds error card.
Produce an opening day box set, they said. It's easy to do, they said. Meanwhile, this might be the only time Johnny Ray was ever mistaken for Barry Bonds. It's probably true.
Yep. And then number 68, the John Smoltz Upper Deck 89 Upper Deck rookie card.
In 1987, the Detroit Tigers were making one last attempt at a World Series appearance with the band that had gotten them a World Series champion or a World Championship just 3 years before. And so they parted with a 20-year-old Michigan native named Smoltz, trading him to the Braves for a 36-year-old veteran, Doyle Alexander. Alexander went 9-0 from mid-August on. Even so, let's just say the Braves won the trade.
For sure. And this one is dedicated to Pepino Man, the chicken card. I don't know, man. Just that is Pepino Man. But anyways, let's read about the chicken card.
Yeah, we know it's a dude dressed like a chicken, but it's still a fun card, even if it is just a guy who made a living dressed as a chicken and then got his own baseball card.
So, and then you guys might be asking, well, why would John Littlefield be in this list? Well, remember earlier we talked about how this is relative to their popularity the year that the card was released. So let's read about John Littlefield here.
So it's the error. He's pitching left-handed. It didn't take long for those busting 82 Fleer to realize that John Littlefield's card featured a reverse negative, making the right-hander a lefty on the card front. Fleer corrected it quickly, but the error fire had already been stoked. The Littlefield can still be found, but its value hasn't changed much in the last 35 years, and there are plenty of people who want it.
I guess that is kind of like for master set collectors, that's kind of a popular card. So the Maddox 87 Donruss, or 87 Fleer update card.
There wasn't a lot to get excited about when the 1987 Fleer update sets arrived, outside of the first Fleer card of AL Rookie of the Year, Mark McGwire. Oh, there were some highlights such as the Steve Carlton looking uncomfortable in a Cleveland Indians uniform, but the key card of the set would be of a 20-year-old guy who posted a 2-4 mark and a 5.56 ERA in 31 innings the year before.
And that just shows you can't get too excited about a prospect that doesn't have a good debut season. So here we go. I love this card. It's a complete classic. The 85 Donruss. Roger Clemens. Man, I love that card. And let's see what Beckett has to say about that one.
The third Clemens rookie and fourth card overall hails from 1985 Donruss, a solid set that was met with a great deal of interest from buyers, figuring that if 1984 Donruss was good, 1985 would be even better. Yeah, about that. Production seemed to multiply from 1984 numbers, and who could blame Donruss for not wanting to leave money on the table?
Yeah, for sure. And then this card here, the 86, the rookies, Wally Joyner. Man, that he's had an interesting history in the hobby. But what does Beckett have to say about Joyner's card?
Among the most anticipated cards of the late 1986 releases were the first MLB licensed cards of rookie sensation Wally Joyner. Wally World took the league by storm by hitting .290 with 22 home runs and 100 RBIs as a 24-year-old getting his first taste of big league pitching. Donruss knew something good when they saw it and made Wally card number 1 in the inaugural The Rookies box set.
Yeah, he had a great rookie campaign for sure. And the key card from the 1988 Topps set, the Tom Glavine rookie card.
At the time this card was pulled from packs of 1988 Topps, Glavine was en route to a 17-loss season as a rookie. Seriously nobody could have seen 305 wins and the Hall of Fame in his future. But 3 years after this rookie was released, the left-hander won the first of his 2 Cy Young Awards and went on to earn a plaque in Cooperstown.
You just can't tell with pictures. There's just no way to prospect pictures, I'll tell you. And then one of my favorite cards is the 1989 Bowman, Ken Griffey Jr. I love that pose with Griffey, with his hands on his knees.
The Tiffany version ranks high on our list due to a modest print run of 6,000 sets, but this regular non-Tiffany rookie still ranks here because it's Griffey. Topps introduced the Bowman line. Remember, Topps purchased the Bowman name in the mid-1950s with this oversized set in 1989. Oversized cards didn't fit in traditional sheets and are as popular as a gassy dog on a long car ride.
All right, guys.
I will agree 100% with that statement.
Yeah.
But I love the 89 Bowman cards now that PSA slaps them.
Yes. The 89 Bowman cards are much more palatable these days than they were back in 89. And Eric, what do you think of we end it here? This is definitely taking longer than we anticipated.
The number 61?
Yeah, number 61. So this will be 61 through 80. And guys, comment down below. Let us know what you think of these cards. There's some great choices in here. And we will continue this series. I think it'll be a 4 to 5 video series.
Somewhere in that range.
Somewhere in that range. So, any last thoughts, Eric?
Maybe we'll do our last thoughts as part 5.
Okay, our card 5. But probably my favorite card within the 20 that we just went over. And then I'll let you do your favorite card. And then you guys comment down below on your favorite card. Oh, man, I would have to say that it would be, it's got to be, even though Mattingly drives me nuts because he's not one of my favorite players or even my favorite people in baseball. This 84 Nestle Don Mattingly would be my favorite in the top, or from 61 through 80. And what's your favorite one?
My favorite, I mean, I know who I'm leaning towards. Yeah, it's probably going to be the 89 Bowman, Ken Griffey Jr.
All right, so there's Eric's 89 Bowman Ken Griffey Jr. So comment down below, let us know what your favorite one is, and we'll continue this series on the next video.
Happy collecting.
Happy collecting.
Peace.